though? What's good with y'all, man? This is Paper Chasing Sports, man. Look, make sure you hit the like button, man. Y'all stop playing with me and hit that like button. You know what? Forget it. Even if y'all don't like the video, hit the thumbs down button. Do something, but hit one of them buttons, all right? Do that for the boy. Anyway, let's talk about this, man. Russell Westbrook is a Laker, y'all. So it is official. Today was the NBA draft day. You know, one of my favorite days of the year. You know, draft day. You know, I love draft days. I love seeing these young athletes realize their dreams and see the culmination of all their hard work and finally reach the pinnacle of where they wanted to be. You know, they worked all their lives to get to this point to go on ahead and get drafted. So salute to all the guys that got drafted. Want to give you my thoughts real quick about Russell Westbrook moving on to the Lakers. So the Lakers ended up trading Kyle Kuzma, KCP, and Montrezl Harrell for the former MVP, Russell Westbrook. So this is a huge addition to the Lakers. You know, it gives the Lakers a third All-Star. You know, the Lakers now are a big three, you know, with the likes of LeBron James, of course, Anthony Davis, and now Russell Westbrook. Now, my thoughts on this here, I think this is a huge move for the Lakers. I think it's a great move for the Lakers, to be honest with you. I think for the regular season, this is a no-brainer. You know, it's a no-brainer. You get a guy like Russell Westbrook who can handle the ball and can take a lot of that load off of LeBron, especially during the long NBA season. You know, LeBron has to do a lot for his team as far as handling the ball, being a primary distributor of the basketball, and being the brains of the operation all of the time. You know, now with a guy like Russell Westbrook, LeBron can take a little bit of a back seat, you know, especially during the regular season, you know, during some of these non-important, you know, regular season games. It's a long season. And this is going to allow LeBron to go ahead and take a back seat and to preserve his body a little bit more. So Russell Westbrook is going to be able to carry this team, you know, from a decision-making, from a ball-handling standpoint. And when it counts, when it really counts and when it matters, then you can go to LeBron and let LeBron, you know, be that brain trust of the team when it really counts and when it really matters. I think it's a great move for the Lakers. You know, I think this is going to help the Lakers ultimately reach a higher seed during the regular season. You can rest LeBron a lot more during the regular season and not have to worry so much about, you know, LeBron wearing himself out, you know, as an older, what is he, 36, 37 years old. We saw last season, LeBron and Anthony Davis, you know, they had some injuries. You could say it was because of the condensed season. You could say that it's because of age, or you could say, you know, in Anthony Davis's case, you know, it's not the right preparation, the right type of preparation. But now with a guy like Russell Westbrook, you can take a lot of that stress off of those guys. So I think it's definitely going to help carry the Lakers during the regular season and get to where they need to get to as far as getting a higher seed, earning possibly, you know, some home court advantage throughout the playoffs. But now let's talk about the playoffs. You know, what does Russell Westbrook do for the Lakers in the playoffs? Now, my thing with Russell Westbrook, you know, he's that fiery, intense player. You know, he's going to give it 110% every play. You know what I'm saying? Every time up and down the court. You're never going to have to worry about Russell Westbrook cheating you with effort. You know, there's a lot of guys that'll loaf, that's going to kind of, you know, chill and take a chill pill and kind of take it easy in spots and in spurts. And that will never be Russell Westbrook. You know, he's always going to go balls to the wall and play 100 miles an hour. The problem is that sometimes Russell Westbrook wants it too bad, you know, in those pivotal moments. We've seen it before. And you guys can even go look this up yourself. Russell Westbrook's record in elimination games is not the best. He's literally like the opposite of LeBron when it comes to elimination games. LeBron, when he gets his back against the wall and he's facing elimination, he's like, hey, you know what? It's kill or be killed out here. It's feast or famine, you know, and I'm going to go out and do what I need to do. You know, he turns into King James. He turns into that mighty lion. He starts roaring, and then he does amazing things, you know, 30, 40-point triple-doubles and things of that nature in a winning effort. Russell Westbrook is almost the exact opposite in elimination games. In elimination games, you see Russell Westbrook, he tends to push, and he wants it so bad that it seems to just slip away from him and get farther away from him. You know, you'll see it in those clutch, pivotal moments when it really matters. He'll go balls to the wall and turn the ball over. You know, he'll go balls to the wall and fuck up. You know what I mean? So, I think what it's ultimately going to come down to for the Lakers, as far as winning a championship with Russell Westbrook, is in those key pivotal moments, is Russell Westbrook going to trust LeBron? You know, they're going to have a whole season to figure this out and to get the chemistry right, but it's ultimately going to come down to, in those pivotal moments, is Russell Westbrook, is he gonna lose his handle like he's done in the past? Is he gonna push too hard to where it slips away from him, or is he gonna trust in one of the greatest leaders in NBA history to say, you know what, LeBron, here, you carry us home, you know? And LeBron, as we all know, LeBron is gonna make the right decision. You know, LeBron's not going to mess up, you know, to his detriment a lot of times, or what a lot of people say. I don't think there's anything wrong with making the correct basketball play in the right situation. A lot of people will fault him for that. I don't. But LeBron is always going to make the right decision. So it's really going to come down to in those key moments when it really, really matters, when the game is on the line, when your season is at stake. You know what I'm saying? This is big time playoff basketball, because I'm already assuming during the regular season that they're going to handle business and they're going to end up getting a high seed in the regular season. But when it really, really matters, is Russell Westbrook going to trust LeBron? Is he willing to take a back seat to LeBron when it ultimately counts? We've seen in the past that Russell Westbrook does not really take a back seat to anybody. Not Kevin Durant, not James Harden, when it counts. Now, when it counts, I'm talking about when it really, really counts. When it really, really counts, Russell Westbrook has often shown that he's going to put too much on himself, put the team on his back, put everything on his shoulders, and put the onus on him to deliver something for the team. And in a situation where he's got LeBron James, he now no longer has to do that. He doesn't have to do that at all. He can quite literally stand back, let LeBron handle the ball, and let LeBron make the decision, and then from there, just play his role. So I think that's what it's ultimately going to come down to in the playoffs. Now, do I have the Lakers as the title favorites with this move? I'm not so sure yet. You know, we've seen with Giannis this past playoffs, you know, against my Phoenix Suns. I'm still getting over that. You know what I'm saying? But we've seen this last playoff run with Giannis that attacking the basket is still a thing. And when you have LeBron and Russell Westbrook on the same team, you now have two elite all-time basket attackers. You know, now that's one thing that that we've seen with Giannis in playoff basketball that is still very effective. You know, the fact that Giannis was able to continuously and consistently go to the basket, get players in foul trouble, and attack certain guys that way. You know, they were able to get certain guys like Ayton in foul trouble. You know, there were certain games where Booker was in foul trouble. You know, they were able to attack, you know, guys by their physicality. And I think the Lakers are somewhat mimicking that particular blueprint. I feel like the Lakers are going to be attacking the basket, and they're going to be really forcing the issue on a lot of guys. And with LeBron, you know, LeBron's going to be able to attack, you know, the forwards. And now you got Russell Westbrook, who's going to be able to attack the guards, you know. And then you got Anthony Davis, who, you know, who can do, who's really going to play his role, but who's going to be able to get his buckets on anybody regardless. So I think it's a great big three, you know, for the Lakers. We'll see what happens. I'm not quite ready to make them my favorites to win the title. But as far as coming out of the West, man, I think they just set the bar really, really high. We're going to see ultimately what their depth looks like. If they're going to upgrade some of their bigs, you know, Marc Gasol, we don't know what they're going to do with him. We don't know. Andre Drummond seemed like he was a little disgruntled. So we'll see what ultimately happens with the rest of the squad. But I like what the Lakers are doing. We'll ultimately see what happens, man. But Lakers are doing big things. I think they definitely put themselves in position to definitely make it all the way back to a Western Conference Finals and possibly an NBA Finals, you know, depending on how the rest of the roster shakes out and if they can get the team chemistry that they need. Not ready to say that they're the title favorites just yet, but I definitely think Western Conference Finals, NBA Finals, I think they got a really, really good chance of getting there. So anyhow, this is Paper Chaser Sports. Like I said, hit the like button, man. Stop playing with me. Hit the like button on the way out. And that's it, y'all. Peace.